Welcome back to Monster Train, everybody. Here we are for another run, and this time, as I mentioned before, I do want to try and knock out these expert challenges, so we're gonna take another crack at one. And we just got off a pretty successful run with some spells, so why not try it again? Let's go for Arcane Focus. We get less money, and our units are enter with Dazed 2, which is a pretty big pain in the ass, but everything enters with Spell Weakness 1. So pretty clearly, Stygian Guard is a solid choice here, as we're gonna want some good spells to try and take advantage of the spell weakness. I'm not entirely sure what the best companion clan might be. Hellhorn has the option of giving us, what's it called? Inferno, is that what it's called? The one that deals 100 damage to the entire floor could obviously be insane here. So that could be a strong way to go. Umbra has a couple of damage cards as well, I believe, but I kind of like the sound of Hellhorned. So maybe we can make that the primary clan, just because I kind of prefer their heroes, I think. It gives us torches as well, and so we want the implings, but I don't know how useful imps are going to be. So why don't we try a pretty classic Hornbreak Prince situation here. And we'll see how this goes. I don't know if this is going to be good or not. I haven't tried this challenge before, so we'll see. The Daze is very, very scary. Daze 2, that's a long time. So let's see how that goes. And of course, half gold, always unpleasant. Okay, Ice Tornado is not a bad one to try and take advantage. Those a little expensive. Important Work's gonna be tough with no imps. And Ritual Battle also really expensive and doesn't actually synergize with the spell weakness. The final boss is reducing our strength. Okay, sure. Let's see what we find here. When you summon your first imp unit, gain energy and draw a card. Well, this would have been excellent with the Queen. As is, it's not amazing. Scorching Restraints, though, also quite bad, as our units are going to be dazed throughout most of this rage. So, it's not amazing, though it does counteract the final boss's ability to some extent. And this just literally does nothing until we pick up some imps. So I'll go with the Restraints, but that's a pretty bad starter artifact. Interesting that it lists the Dazed on the cards here. They update the prints? What's going on? But no, it just has Dazed on here. And I'll go for Slay, I think. Makes a lot of sense. We probably won't have synergies to try and keep this armor really going, so. Alright, enemies on each floor for 35 bucks. We have a lot of damage spells, so I think I'm okay with this one, even though it's going to be a little bit tough. But with limited gold, we kind of need to grab it where we can take it, and this shouldn't be too dangerous, hopefully. But I guess we'll see about that. Well, that's not a great place to start. Certainly torch one of these at the top. Unfortunately, wherever I try to deploy these, they're gonna just get wrecked. I'm still gonna go ahead and deploy up here, but it's gonna be a while before the Hornbreaker Prince gets to attack. Hopefully we can keep him alive in the meantime. Alright. I think I will deploy a Steward up here just to soak up some damage. I do want to kill this. Again, gold's going to be important. And then let's just clear one of these out. Taking a little more damage than I would have liked, but can't really do much about it. Let's see. Yeah, the Tornado could do something good later on, so let's just use some of these basic attacks here to clear those guys out. Our champion's still not active. Alright, finally our champion is online. Currently dying, but we can fix that, of course. So let's do that. But we are going to need at least a train steward to jump in the way there. In the meantime, what can I do? I could clear these guys out with the smaller spells, but then I won't have time to cast all these tornadoes anyway, so I might just start with a tornado. Although, no, I think that's wrong. If I do this first, then the tornado will kill, or almost kill this guy, though. Because they'll deal 120. Yeah, I think this is actually correct. It's a little bit weird, but this just allows me to pump a full tornado into this enemy, which is, I think, better than trying to play Steward, though it's not 100%. Let's see. Yeah, no, it has to be better. Okay. So unfortunately he's going to get some hits on our Pyre here, but it is what it is. We took some damage. Hopefully we'll be alright. Alright, so here we go. Collect our meager spoils. Okay, Vent's pretty good. We clearly are in need of some AoE, and these other spells aren't really doing much for us anyway. And Offering Token, Crypt Builder, Chrysalis. These are all decent options. I have these tornadoes already, so I don't know about Crypt Builder without having some way to discard already. I might take Chrysalis though. And here, even though this is going to be a magic-oriented run, I think I still start with the Merchant of Steel, especially since it comes with a banner. And these Forgotten Boons are reduced in value as well. Though making these Ice Tornadoes cheaper would be pretty beneficial, I have to say. Let's see. There's a Merchant of Steel here I wouldn't mind hitting, maybe. But that would mean only picking up a single unit before we fight the boss and then not having it upgraded at all, which is pretty scary. But, I don't know, maybe I'm supposed to do something a little bit different, so let's try going this way. Remove Consume, no. Add 20 magic power and Consume, okay. And of course cost reduction, yeah, I will cost reduce one of these. As far as this goes, I'll put down a Lance, I think. And then do I reroll here? It is really expensive because we're making so much less money. But I think it's worth it to get another cost reduction. Okay, so I'll make both tornadoes a little more affordable and keep putting this on the Frozen Lances. Alright, let's hope those choices are good enough to propel us through this level. Enemies enter with armor, as these overcharged apprentices. I mean, if we can draw our good spells, we'll kill them, otherwise they're going to be a problem. For unit, we kind of need the unit draft, so I'm going to take this and hope for the best. It's occurring to me now as well, Hornbreaker Prince is actually quite bad for this because he's not going to have an opportunity to get very many slay triggers like this. It's possible the other champion would have been better to just like make our spells cheaper or anything like that would have been good. But here we are. This is pretty strong. And then I can finish off with a Lance. It's really solid. And I'll just set up on top. That'll do something someday, hopefully. Of course, if you don't get that kill, here I do need to Frozen Lance again on this guy in the front. I would like to torch this, please. And this other torch. Really would like to hit these guys with a Frozen Lance, because that'll deal 12. But I do have less of them now since I added Consume to a couple, so that might be tough to do. We're still gonna be dazed here, so yeah, I'm gonna hold out for now. Just hit this with a torch, I guess. Okay, I drew Chrysalis, which is quite good. I think I'll play that here and hope for the best on the next turn. Just eliminate those guys. This torch still not really doing much. Let's just play a steward here. There's the boss, of course. Alright, so this does not kill the front unit. Event's pretty good though, it can eliminate the back if I do it for the full amount, and we still have the tornado for later. That seems alright to me. Alright, I guess I start firing off tornadoes at this point. Okay, it's not too bad, it'll eliminate the unit in the back. Fire off a lance. Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll just do this again. Fortunately not doing very much damage, or Steward not soaking the amount we needed to, so we might just be dead here. Yep, looks like we are. Okay. Well, pretty poor start, obviously. Let's try that again, though. I think I'm starting to get a feel for it a little bit better. I think Stygian primary makes a lot more sense. We can try to go for the cost reduction, perhaps, on... God, I'm forgetting names today. I'll figure out what this hero is called eventually. Still debating what I want to do with the other clan. The torches are okay. This doesn't really do much. Links, I don't think are too interesting. Yeah, none of this strikes me as particularly good, so I'll try it again, just reverse it, I think. Let's see how that goes. Okay, here we go for attempt number 2. The reduced gold on this really helped hurting as well. Okay, Ice Storm could be insane if we can pump it up. Well, their help are a little less exciting, but okay. And Energy Siphon, maybe that does something. Missing those big ice tornadoes to help with the bosses. Ooh, Split Anvil and Hell's Banner, both excellent here. The Anvil doesn't do anything yet, but it could do quite a lot. Hell's Banner, strong, but other than these guys, we don't necessarily have units every single turn. I'm going to take the Anvil. This can lead to some really broken rounds. Especially when we're trying to rely on spells heavily anyway. Okay, well, unfortunately, the one time I want the cost reduction Tethys, I don't get it, so gonna have to pick something else here, and I think Spell Weakness might make sense. We're gonna have a spell heavy deck anyway, so let's lean into that theme a bit. And Sweep's always nice, of course. Alright, well, I'm gonna take this trial again and hope for the best. Gonna have a hard time deploying units, unfortunately. Let's lance, and I guess I'll play these two. In general, probably want to avoid the top floor to not have to deal with Dazed for even one more turn, but well, it is what it is. Alright, here, the Welder Helpers are actually a pretty solid wall. Let's go ahead and play 2 of them, and then eliminate one of these units. Oh, I should have torched the Collector, that was stupid. So, small mistake there. We'll see how much it matters. Just fire off our attacks. Okay, 2 of our units are awake. Alright, we have sweep, so this will actually all get killed. So I'm going to start working on these so I can get to the boss itself at some point. Ice Storm's less good this particular instance. I suppose Frozen Lance is my hardest hitting spell. There's not anything better other than... No, Ice Storm's still worse, yeah. So I guess I have to do this. Pretty sad. How are we doing here? 90? Okay, 90's, I guess, respectable. Yeah, having this in the middle floor where we could have taken advantage of the spell weakness would have been, of course, better, but still, this isn't so bad. We're roughly in the same spot where we were previously. Get a little bit of cash. And, okay, definitely want one of these expensive spells to try and get our split anvil going. Crypt Builder has some potential synergies down the road. Chrysalis, a little bit easier to cast. I think because of the Anvil, I'm okay with taking the more expensive card here. And then Vent, also sort of similar. It can be cast for lots of mana to then make the rest of our spells cheap, so I like that. Okay, we're faced with actually the same exact choice again. Do I just go for the Merchant of Magic again? I think I do. The Ice Storm is really powerful. The Crypt Builder is obviously pretty important. So I think I'm going to go this way again. Let's see. And then, oh, there's a Merchant of Magic down here, though. So maybe that changes what I want to do. So I go Steel here, and then Magic here, and then I get 2 Stygian Banners with it. That's actually kind of reasonable. Let's try that. Quick health back health, okay. Alright, well. An Incant unit's probably going to be pretty good. We're going to try to Incant a lot. Obviously need some sort of tank, which neither of these are, but Nameless Siren should be fine. Counteracts the boss reasonably well. Unfortunately, these aren't the best upgrades for it. Rerolls are going to be at a premium with the Tithe. So what I might do for now is just give it a Battle Stone. Not great, but it gets us going a little bit, and just save the rest of our cash for the Magic Merchant in the next circle. And it looks like here we have once again the same exact situation, though the enemies are different and the boss is different. The Sweet Boss in particular rough against Tethys, as it's just going to kill them immediately. That said, this doesn't really change that situation. I think I'm willing to give it a shot. These 45s, man, they're going to be hard to kill either way, so I think I'm okay with this to get a draft out of it. Okay. And here, I guess I'll go on the bottom so that I can try and use my spells as soon as possible. Sure. I'll actually skip out on the stewards so I can play more spells maybe. Okay, that was an odd way to hit, but works for me, I guess. Okay, this is perfect, so we get to Crypt Builder here, though. Is it better to do it on this floor and eliminate this unit entirely? Or do we just let this one go and deal with it? I think that's fine. We'll do it like this. Torch that, of course. Then apply an extra weakness here. Frozen Lance. And I guess I just torch it. I can't see this one. 40, it's at 55. So it's really gonna be hard to do much with that one. Just stack this rage for now. Yeah, just never attacking is a pretty big pain in the ass. Alright, let's go for the big vent. And then that makes these free, so... Oops. Dealing 12 here... Oh no, the 12 is on the first one. Okay, so that'll actually reduce it a reasonable amount. Hoping to find our welder helper here to give this some armor. It's actually quite helpful. And then we can, I guess, do this. Gets pretty close. Hopefully we'll find some spells to finish it off, although it's going to be hard when we're getting extra garbage in our deck. Okay, these are not what we were looking for. I guess wherever I play these, it's kind of an issue, because we either get an extra days here, or we just get... Alright. Let's do this and hope we deal some damage. Okay, it deals something. Get rid of one of these. We're gonna reshuffle. Oh, we're not gonna get to reshuffle because we get more of them added. Okay, well, that's not amazing, but I think we're alive still. Oof, okay, not by a lot. Jeez. Yeah, this is tough. Not dealing any damage with your minions is really, really hard. Okay, I think I like a second Crypt Builder. That gives us some synergies to build towards. Let's see, another Welder Helper is interesting. Fledgling Imp, not as much. Yeah, this also gives us some synergies to work towards, and it's been pretty decent so far. Okay, we got a Rail Beater, a Silo Fight, which is certainly a decent one as well, alongside Tethys. And then Steelworker, pretty bad. So it's between these two. I do kind of need a tank, but hopefully gonna set up multiple floors at some point. Let's try this, I guess. Alright, well, we can't get health anywhere, unfortunately, so the plan was to go this way, and I think I'll continue down that path. Though the boss is going to be pretty tough. Okay, permafrost, consume. Cost reduction, sure, let's do this. Hey, guard's good. And then I'll go to the cavern, so we can find there. Well, can't be doing that, unfortunately. So, just spend our cash here. 20 magic power and consume. I think I actually put that on torch. The torch is the 2 damage getting multiplied just isn't quite enough, so let's make it 22, and then you can target anywhere. It's pretty good. And I'll reduce at least one of these. That way, one can make the other cheaper. Plus, we don't need 3s necessarily. This is fine. Reroll, unfortunately, won't do much here, so that's about all I get to do. Didn't get to add any magic power to the ice, what's it called? Ice Storm? Ice Storm, yeah. Which is rough. And we have to push back Talos as well, which is tough. So, not feeling good about this at 1 health. And it's immediately here. So ideally I'd like these 2 on 1 floor, and then these guys on another. I can't quite play them all, is part of the issue. What can I do? I think we skip out on the Silo Fight for now, and what I'm gonna do is go... Oh man, is that right? Yeah, let's do it. We'll try this. And then what I'm going to do is play Tethys and give him 20 armor. Tethys can go ahead and get pushed to the back. That'll be fine. Okay, Crypt Builder's a good pickup. Her being at the top sucks. Well, this has to happen on one of these floors. The lands would kill this, and this would be safe. Versus here, it's a little bit worse, so alright, we'll try it like this. This doesn't really do much, so let's get an incant out of it. Okay, another Crypt Builder's good. Go ahead and fire that off here. then... Let's see, with the energy siphon, I could kill one of these with a torch, I guess? Then the lens doesn't do anything down there, so just fire it off here for the triggers. Okay, this is good. Obviously need a tank in front of this. Luckily we drew some, so that's fine. And don't see a lot of point in playing these, so I think I'll just fire this off. That next pair is going to be a rough time though to try and eliminate. Okay, this kills one of them. Let's just do that. That's close to killing one. I guess what I can do is this, and then maybe Ice Storm it. So that'll be, what, 4 times damage? So that should be enough. Oh, this got its armor removed, so that's great. Okay. Okay, we're on the final wave. This is all bad. I don't think this is going to be enough, but I don't really have a lot of options. Unless I can kill the boss, but that's just never going to happen. Okay, looks like we lose again. This challenge kicking my butt here. Maybe I need to avoid the earlier challenges. Maybe those are a little bit too much. Man. Alright, let's see. How long has this video been? Alright, the video's still under half an hour, so you know what? We'll really pack in the content and go for a 3rd attempt. And Stygian, like, Stygian's just obvious. I have to keep sticking with Stygian. And I think this is the champion to do it with. I'm not convinced by the Hellhorn here, so maybe I can try something else. What could be good? Let's think about that. Awoken as the main could be interesting if I could pick up spikes as a possibility. That could help me deal with some of the units without having to actually attack. That's kind of interesting. The restore's not that good, but that's fine. So that's an option. Don't think Umbra is the way to go. I don't think Melting Remnant is the way to go. You know, why don't I try it like this, maybe? See if this champion can do good work for me. The cost reduction on the other one would be an interesting way to go as well, but I might try to do some sort of Thorns thing here. Okay, still the same boss. I wonder if this is hard-coded for the challenge, or like Freeze challenge. Okay, Crypt Builder, obviously great. Sharpen, it's another way to add more spikes, and Regrading Solution, sure. Definitely expensive in terms of energy required to play those cards, but hopefully we get something good again. Well, I'll take Cleansing Water here just to get rid of some rages and stuff. And let's see. Okay, we do get spikes, so I'm going to try going that route. Since we're guaranteed to get our champion in our opening hands, that's just something I can do things right away. Of course, we immediately get hit with 10 armor, which means I won't actually kill anything with these spikes. Oh, man. I don't have any way to target stuff in the back. Unfortunately, either. It's for unit draft. I might skip this. It's just going to be hard to get these foot soldiers killed. Although if I can get a Sharpen going, then maybe it's fine. Yeah, alright. Probably a little reckless, but let's try it. And here, it doesn't matter which floor I do the spikes on, so I might set up higher up to give myself more chances to draw the sharpen, I think. Obviously play Invigorating Solution, and no reason not to play the Lance. Okay, well, I did draw Sharpen. I also drew a Crypt Builder. I think the Sharpen's a little bit more important, so I'll do that. And Frozen Lance or Steward. Let's go for one Steward just so we have one around for the boss. Okay, awesome. So probably Crypt Builder this, and that should take care of killing everything. And then we just have to worry about surviving the boss. Which hopefully we'll find a Crypt Builder to just kill it with. Okay, not so far. Restore in. Alright, here's our Crypt Builder. There we go. Oh. I got stuck with a weight. Wasn't quite paying attention to the preview. I don't know if we were killing without that. Maybe we could have just done something like a Sharpen in the weight, but... And we'll take 5 or 3 or whatever. It's not so bad. Okay. Don't think I need a third Sharpen. For the first two should be more than sufficient. Sting, actually kind of interesting, but Glimmer's got to be great here. Lets us just wipe out the back stuff, so let's do that. And another Crypt Builder versus a Chrysalis versus a Tornado. The Tornado, when we had them in one of those runs, was pretty awkward, just because it has a chance of taking off charges without fully hitting one thing, so I kind of prefer either Crypt Builder or Chrysalis, and since we don't have any synergies yet with this card, I'm going to go for the cheaper option. Vine Mother, sort of good, though it won't use its ability while it's dazed. That is less good. But the Stings would be pretty helpful here. They give us additional draw, and they're a way to utilize the spell weakness to some extent, at least. Let's see what else. Woken Hollow and Cold Celia. I mean, probably just picking up the sweep unit, and that's something to stick behind our tank, and eventually it'll at least do things, even if it doesn't at first. So I think that makes more sense. The Vine Mother is uniquely good in this particular version of things. What flag are we going to? I guess it depends on which kind of merchant we want, but not very rich, so neither's particularly strong. Making these cheaper is nice, or stronger, really. It's tough. There's a lot of sweep, though, between these two clans, so I'm going to go for the Vine Mother, which I think might be good here. Just because it's a little bit more of a unique effect, and we'll go from there. Okay, so we can afford 2 cheap upgrades, whichever way we go. So if we go for spells, it's going to be cost reduction on something, and then probably either 10 magic power or 25 in consume, which are both fine. Versus here, we can maybe afford like a health and an attack or something. So it's kind of a question of which of these would you rather have, and I think Stygian is a slightly better option for us. Let's try a Stygian unit. Okay. Okay, Titan Sentry is another good way to do stuff without having to actually, well, have our units, what am I trying to say? Without attacking, yeah, while being dazed, it does stuff. However, we already have the Spike hero, so I don't know how important it is to have another version of that effect. Versus having an incant thing, we're gonna get these stings, we're gonna be casting lots of spells. Might try this to have something to DPS bosses down. Yeah, let's go for the Siren here. And then, as expected, we'll go cost reduction and make one of these things consume. Alright, we're at least we're in better shape than we were in our previous attempts, so that's a good sign. Let's go ahead and see if we can continue that trend. Unit draft for additional attack. How badly do I need a unit draft? We're gonna get 1, 2, 3 more. I have 2 already. This is pretty scary. So I think I'm actually gonna say no to this one. Okay, we've got smaller bottom floor, but we don't have anything that takes up single tiles, so I'm totally okay just doing all this here. And this is actually the most efficient way to do things, so here we go. Alright, the Vine Mother is going to go here to try and remove the Dazed as soon as possible. And then do something like that. We are going to need to find some better heals than what we have right now. How are we doing here? 166. Okay, let's start with that. It's already pretty good. Actually, don't know if I want to sharpen the Sentient, since it'll then cause it to attack, which will kill it faster, but it will also deal more damage. And this is going to die in... Basically, I don't have... Oh, I thought this guy had spikes himself, but he looks like no, so... Just do it like so. A little late that sting. Alright. Well, here's a sting, a steel enhancer, or a restoration. I think I'll take the restoration detonation. I just mentioned we need better heals, and that's also one that can deal damage, which is quite helpful. So, happy to grab that up. And Offering Token looks pretty fantastic when we have 2 Crypt Builders, and it's just a decent card in general. Frenzied Swarm also a possibility in that same vein, but I think I'd rather have the token. Dazed, while good, is less good when your units aren't attacking, so... Mollusk Mage is not bad, actually, honorable mention, but I think the token's a little bit more important for the synergies we already have. And I want to duplicate something. Certainly none of my units. I can duplicate a Crypt Builder, and they're quite good. And then pick an Awoken unit, or I can get an artifact. I think the artifact has a little bit more value, but it's close. Definitely depends on what it is. Consume or the silence thing. We have 1 consume spell, and we don't really mind. Oh, this is not the one that recovers. It's the one that deals damage. Either way, I think this is less good than the seaweed. Okay, these are both reasonable. So we have a pretty clear and canned floor with Nameless Siren and, well, one of these 2. Then we're going to want Sentient on the bottom doing its thing. We need to find a DPS for it. And the Vine Mother, who knows, it's going to hang out somewhere. Man, this is tough. I like how strong or how tough Guardian can get, but Siren can also get pretty tough, and it also actually does damage, which is sort of relevant. So I think I'm going to go for the Siren here. Let's see what we find in the caverns. Oh, very interesting. Okay. I imagine Rail Spikes are pretty good here. Those are going to help us out with the spell weakness thing versus a bunch of Dazed Spike Driver colonies. Let's try that. And we have pushback Talos yet again. So I have to be a little bit careful with our champion to make sure it doesn't get pushed to the back. Probably just going to be on a floor on its own this time around. Let's see. I could play this down here. It's slightly problematic in that we're getting hit by the boss right away, and it's just a lot of damage coming in. But I don't have great alternatives, so I think that's what's going to happen. And then probably Crypt Builder just to kill this front unit. And I'll get the Siren going in the middle, I think. Okay. Well, not a lot I can do at this point, so do it like so. Oh, of course I screwed up with the boss pushback already. That's gonna be a problem for sure. Here's the rail spikes, just 30 damage and does a thing on Slay. Alright. Let's start here. Don't need you, I don't think. So this gets doubled, so if I go to 20 it goes to 40, which isn't actually quite enough. Oh man, so I guess I only get to play this, so it's gonna either be that or one of these, and this is just scarier, so let's start there. We're doing okay here, but the boss itself is going to be a big problem. Just because we can't keep our Ascension alive, and these guys are in the wrong order now, so there's all sorts of problems here. Can I save Ascension this turn? I don't believe so. Maybe if I play a Steward in the front. That will save it, but it'll also mean I don't get to eliminate this Foot Soldier, so I think I'd rather just let it die. A little bit awkward. Here, probably just go for a Crypt Builder. Yeah, we might just be dead to this boss. Our units are just really, really bad. And, you know, one spell weakness is only going to do so much, unfortunately. Okay, they're attacking for 9, so Restoration, Detonation, or Restore actually do help here. Okay, this eliminates both of them, that's great. Go for this and Restore, I think, because I don't want to blow up the charge of this yet. Okay, here's a second rail spike. That's something. That would let me kill this, right? It's pretty good. I can Sting as well. Okay, here's a Crypt Builder. So what I'm thinking is I do Restoration, Detonation to eliminate this front unit, and then Crypt Builder on the boss. Second for 7, let's see. So this going to 26, then I'm going to cast 3 spells. Oh boy, so this is at 25, I can gain 7 more health, so that would be 32. Versus 25, so it does buy me extra hit. So that's fine, I guess. Still not really enough, though. It's 125. Yeah, it's gonna be tough. Sitting for 7. I mean, I think we get to just barely eke it out here. I have to decide if Sharpen is worth playing versus dealing 20 damage with Rail Spike. So how much damage does this deal? It's attacking us 4 times before it kills us. So that would be 16 damage from the spikes, another 12 from the attacks. That is actually better than the 20 here. Let's just do that. And then Rail Spike is better than Restore, I believe. Restore buys us 1 more hit, which buys us 8 damage, so I'd rather do 10. Yeah, we should survive this, but it's not gonna be pretty. Oh boy, alright. Harness the Titan is an interesting one for sure. Especially if we have these rail spikes. Restores, yeah, that might be a good one. Adaptive Mutation. Is that something I'd be interested in? It's good with Rage. So that would be something to use it on. And Spike's okay. I think I'd go for Harness here, though. Alright. Figure out what I need here. So we have 1 floor kind of settled. That's our can floor. We need something to sit behind the Sentient. So I guess something like Animus of Speed could be that something. We can also go to the Stygian Banner next, which I'll probably do. But our other unit's also sort of tanky, so we kind of just need all DPS. I guess I'll take the Animus of Speed over these other things, even though the Titan Sentry definitely has its moments. And here I'll probably take Energy. We have lots of expensive stuff. We have a little bit of extra card draw with these things. So. Ooh, this is a rough run. Hey, I think, well, this is good too. It gives us like extra cash, but we need these units to start doing something. So I'll go this way and go for the Merchant of Steel, and the remove is nice. We certainly don't need all these train stewards. Let's go find here. Okay, Silo Fight is actually a pretty nice one, I think. So let's pick that up. Oof, that hurts. That would have been a really nice one to afford. As is, I'm gonna have to at least do some of this stuff, so let's give you a little extra health. And the Battle Stone can maybe go to the Animus of Speed, so it's not quite as squishy. And then our champion. So this is interesting. I like the extra spikes well enough, but spikes 10 already eliminates basically everything in the back unless they have extra armor. And this Rejuvenate would allow us to deal some extra damage via healing to tanky front units, which is somewhat tempting. Does make it have a little bit less health, which is not as good. Let's try it though, let's mix it up. So onward we go. At least we've made more progress so far than in our previous attempts. This half gold is really... doesn't sound so bad when you just look at it, but man, it's hurting a lot. We're just not able to get any rerolls going. It's really hard to upgrade our units. So you're really kind of at the mercy of how you roll at these merchants. A lot more so than you usually would be. Multi-strike for a random artifact. If haste granters, though, they'll die, so that's not really a thing unless our champion dies. Which, if still some multi-striking, is definitely a possibility. Yeah, we really need better healing. I don't think we can take this just because our champion is going to die if we try it. So that's a bit of a shame, but... Okay, smaller floor. We still have one tile units, right? So this... yeah, the difference in the floor sizes don't actually affect us very much. Alright, well, obviously get Sentient going. And then the Animus wants to go somewhere. So the Animus wants to hang out with the Vine Mother. And... yeah, I guess I'll make that at the top. Glimmer, sure. Oh, right, this, forgot we have the Rejuvenate thing now, so healing is great. Alright, I do want to get my Sweeper started. As rough. I'd like to get this Collector, but I also would like to get these units actually underway and start to get the incants going on them. So unfortunately, I think I'm gonna have to let it go. Poor draw there. Okay, Vine Mother wants to get deployed. And let's see, this kills, and it's on the floor that wants to kill as well. And then Restore does a lot of damage. Having some way to combine all this into one floor would be really fantastic, so we get incant triggers off our healing as well. But it is what it is. Let's harness. Let's see. Big heal makes a lot of sense. This makes a lot of sense. And this has to slay in order to get us an extra copy. We have a couple more left though, so that should be doable down the road. Let's hit this, I think. Okay, offering tokens, great. Steals 40, so at 30 it actually doesn't kill, which is a bummer, because I would like to deploy a couple of these restores. I would also like to get this finished up though, so I guess I will do that. This can deal 0 damage for an incant. Okay, well, we didn't get any great healing, but Crypt Builder is pretty nice here. And I'm actually going to get incants over killing this thing. Managed to get just 2 stacks of spell weakness, not very much. So this deals alright damage. If I harness it, I only lose 5 and I get extra damage on this other stuff and extra spells cast. That's probably worth it. I guess I should do the math on this 13 damage. So it goes to 39 and then 52. Can I get this above 52? Probably. I imagine so. Let's see. So it's 5 more health, so if I Glimmer, that's already enough. Alright, I guess I'll Sting first. It's not great, but... okay, and then is this better, or is it Sharpen better? And at this point, it's probably Sharpen. There we go. Okay, managed to puzzle our way out of that one. Getting enough damage for the final boss is going to be a tricky spot for sure. Bramble Lash, decent. It already deals, what, 100 damage? It's pretty solid for 2 energy. And Graft, sort of okay too. I'll take the Lash, I think. Just need more damage spells in general. Ooh, Glacial Seal is amazing. It's a little expensive, but getting that Frostbite could be pretty big. Though with the spikes, like, less important, but I still think it's going to be good, so I'll pick it up. Okay, we get our improved spikes here. So they get plus 10 magic power and consume. So we have lots of good damage spells now. Let's see. Duplicate. Second. My cat deciding to join me here. I don't know if it'll make it on camera, but rest assured that it's here. Okay, so we have basically no money, so this Merchant of Magic isn't going to do a whole lot in terms of improving our deck. The Pyre health is good though, and the artifact is certainly good. The question is better to remove and duplicate, and then get whatever is in the cavern. Certainly plenty of stuff to remove. As far as the duplicate goes, don't quite know what I'd be looking to do. There's some good stuff, for sure. I think I might still go this way. The health is pretty important. Let's see what we've got. Sketches and jack strips. Well, I don't think this is a sketches deck, right? God, we still have train stewards in it too. If we were to get rid of the train stewards, which is a big if, yeah, even then, I don't really love it, so we'll just go for jack strips. Not amazing, but it does something. And we'll go cost reduction on harness, maybe? Harness is something I want to cast pretty often. So I think I like that. And then this can go on possibly a restore, actually. They keep mentioning that we need better healing, so that's one way to do it. Maybe not the ideal way, but a way. Okay, and on we go. More random artifacts. This is really not what we're looking for. I would really like some money. Though I doubt we can take this trial anyway. Restore all health. These 100 health guys are going to be pretty tough to take down with that. But maybe not impossible. No, a random artifact just isn't worth the risk. I haven't decided if I actually want to deploy on the bottom, because these guys will just kill themselves in jack strips, so I could ignore the bottom floor to some extent. But I don't think I can quite afford to do that. So let's do this instead. Do I want to eliminate one of these? Right now I'm thinking 6. Wait, 11. Oh, right, they killed themselves as they hit me, of course. So this is probably correct then. Yeah. Okay, Glimmer's pretty good here. I would really like to kill this Collector as well. Let's see. I can also Crypt Builder after I Glimmer, maybe. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Seems fine. Okay, so we'll go Glimmer. Then Offering, discarding Crypt Builder. It's pretty good. And Vine Mothers, Siren. There we go. At least we get a little bit of cash. Alright. Do need to kill this guy so he doesn't kill me, but I can just do it with a 0 cost spike, so that's not an issue. Do that. I guess we kill this with one of the spikes and kill this with the other. Okay, this is pretty nice. So this will kill one. definitely want another heal. And I guess Chrysalis. Okay. Well, here's the Glacial Seal. I'll go ahead and deploy that up here. Beyond that, Restore versus Sharpen. Looks like we're not getting very much more healing done, unfortunately. I'm actually going to Sharpen here then. And then... Oh, these deal damage now, so I can't just spew them off for 0. That's kind of unfortunate, actually. Oh, we got the stealth. That's actually really nice. Steals that. So let's see this. Okay, this works. So we'll go Restore, Sting, then Crypt Builder the boss. Let's see, 13 times 3 is 39, so killing this doesn't make much of a difference. So I'll just lance up here for the triggers. Okay, we managed to get a few more stacks applied there. Wait on the cat here, as usual. No, you don't want to go out? Okay. Alright, well, this isn't great so far, but we have a lot of free spells to cast. So Harness, definitely #1. And I guess this is our best damage spell, so let's go ahead and deploy that with the spell weakness. And then, yeah, just hit it as much as possible. There we go. Alright. A second Bramble Lash, or an Awoken Rail Spike. And Snare, not insane also, but I don't think it's the pick here. I'll take a Rail Spike, that could solve some issues for us, I think. Deep Offering, probably not. Ice Storm sometimes can be good. Cuddle Hex is actually interesting as well. We have... we're usually going to have space for it, so I actually might pick this guy up. Okay, so here we get a Remove in a Cave Event, the Trinket Merchant not relevant, versus a Merchant of Steel with some extra money. This has to be the better way to go. Try to improve these units further. Okay, multi-strike and we can afford it is pretty big. I think it's going to be the Siren over the Animus, or the Silophyte. It's just, it's the one that grows the most, so let's do that. And then I can afford one of these, so I'll give some extra health to the other Siren. Okay, that's a big improvement. Though our deck still feels like it should be 2 floors back from where it is, so that's tough. Okay, well, let's hope we can take this boss down. Not confident, I have not been confident at most points in this run. Okay. Well, this being smaller might me want to do the incant thing higher up, though then the Frostbite's not as good. A little bit tricky. Definitely doing this. It's just a question of where I deploy these 2 units. I think I'll still... Yeah, I'll do the incant thing in the middle. And then just put the Frostbite guy at the bottom. And here I can safely play this, it's fine. Yeah, I could throw this out as a sacrificial lamb, but then the marksman doesn't die, so I don't think that's worth it. I can't really go anywhere else. Okay. Definitely want silo fight, start getting things done. Vine Mother at the top. Let's see, this kills. That's definitely worth it. Just Dazed over here. I think I'll just use this on one of these guys. Man, I need those heals yesterday. Oof. It's a bad time for that as well. Alright, this here. Have to do this probably. Can't afford to be casting spells down there, so I'll just toss one of these out and call it a day. Need to draw my big heals like now. Okay, there's a couple of them. Let's go Glacial Seal. This will just die to a sweep, but not a ton I can do about that. Okay, well, maybe I can find some way to deal with this sweep like the script builder. Yeah, that's probably the way to do it. That's the restore for some extra triggers. Okay, well I can't do much about this guy. He's just gonna get through, but he doesn't hit that hard, so it's fine. Here I can do these things. Offering token here. Just trying to figure out what I want to cast where. I'm definitely going to restore down here for obvious reasons. I think everything else just goes here. Ramalash is good. Can do that one. Oh man, the incant being here is really awkward. Guess I'll do this instead. That sucked. Well, our champion having 0 health here is not ideal. I'm going to try to get a little bit of frostbite going at least. Doing this while it has some spell weakness is definitely a strong option. Yeah, I think I have to do it this way. Quick stings. And then restore some health, probably. Okay. That wasn't incredible, and this isn't looking that much better. So this might be the end. Yeah, we're just not dealing even remotely close to enough damage. Alright, well, tried my best over and over, but this challenge kinda kicking my butt here. I guess it's a hole in my game, perhaps, that I don't really know how to build decks that rely on spells all that much. I really tend to focus on minions a lot more, so this challenge in particular is proving difficult, and the gold's really a problem as well. Well, again, we tried. This was definitely interesting, and I'll have to come back to it at some point, but for now, I'll call that quits, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you for the next one.